Hi guys, hope y'all are having fun in Montana. I'll address the elephant in the room. I thought about getting cute for this and putting on makeup, but JP sees me like this 90% of the time, so y'all may as well too. Eye patches and all. We're family. Um, so yeah, my sweet groom may have dropped a few hints that he wanted a video, like the one he made me for my bachelorette party. So I'm gonna do it. And similar to JP's, we'll have a couple sections. We'll do icebreakers or like rapid fire, and then a handful of sappy ones. I'll keep them to a minimum, not to bore anybody. And then we'll do the shoe game. And yeah, okay, let's get started. Okay, rapid fires. JP's favorite drink. I mean, it's a toss up between milk and pre workout. That shaker bottle is the bane of my existence. I hate that thing. And your breath always smells when you drink it. I love you, but it's true. Favorite action movie? Top Gun. Duh. Favorite type of music? It's probably a toss-up between, like, tough country or country rap and, like, I don't really know what the genre would be, but, like, Ryan Caraveo and NF, whatever that genre is. It's one of those. First job. I don't know if this was your first job. I mean, Bed Bath, but I feel like you may have had a job in high school. But Bed Bath is the one that is the most notorious. So I'll say Bed Bath, but I'm probably wrong. I feel like you had one in high school. Who was the groom's first girlfriend? Kate. I remember that. Celebrity crush. Pretty sure it's Blake Lively. Or Sydney Sweeney. But I'm pretty sure it's Blake Lively. I don't know. You tell me. Celebrity lookalike. All right, let's all say it together. 1, 2, 3, Gronk. Obviously. Or as Dad calls him, Baby Gronk. Model of his first car. It was either the Acura, like, TLX or Pontiac GTO. I think it was the Acura, though. I don't know. I think it was the Acura. Guilty pleasure. I mean, a pedestrian one would just be like a crisp Coca-Cola or like a Mexican Coke. I mean, I think if you could, you'd probably get a bunch of video games and you would be doing that 24/7, but you know yourself well enough to know that that wouldn't be good. So yeah, a Coke or video games, or maybe like going to a nice steak dinner and getting like a ribeye and a couple glasses of wine. I don't know. Something like that. Favorite sports team? The Birds, obviously, or any Philadelphia area team, because he is a true Philly boy. Favorite food/meal? Steak and potatoes. That's just a given. He's Polish after all. Potatoes. 3 words to describe the groom. 3 is hard. I feel like I need at least 5. I mean, obviously you're funny, but I feel like it should be funny/energetic because you have so much energy. I don't know where it comes from. Funny/energetic will be one of my words, so it'll be more than 3. You are, let's see. Man, this is hard just to pick 3. I think you're just a really good friend. I think you're a good person, a good friend, a good son, a good brother, a good fiance. I think you're just overall just have a good heart, and you're just a good person, and you have good morals, and you're just a good person. Another one would be loyal, which I think could probably go into the same category, but you're very loyal, you're very consistent, steadfast, and just you love your people well, and you would do anything for them. I could think of many more, but those are just the first three that came into my brain. First thing you do in the morning. It's either snooze your alarms or fart on me. One of the two, or both. What would he most likely end up in jail for? Ooh, this is fun. Probably like protecting me or protecting someone he loves. Like, he'd probably get in a fight over that and end up like in jail for it, I would say. Like, if someone tried to hit on me or like do something nefarious, I could see him going to jail for like beating somebody up for trying to harm me. What is the groom's worst habit? There are a few. The one that drives me the most crazy, which he also put in his video, so he was spot on with this, but leaving the dirty clothes on the floor next to the hamper. Like, there's a hamper for a reason. Let's just put the clothes in there, but no, they just end up on the floor right next to it. And I ask him very nicely, hey, babe, if the hamper is in the closet, can we just please put the dirty clothes in there? And he's like, yeah, definitely, for sure. Never happens. They're always on the floor. So that probably is your worst habit. That or doing everything last minute, which also drives me crazy. You do everything. Like, for instance, I don't even think he was probably going to show up for the bachelor party unless I had reminded him to get flights. Like, bane of my existence. Would you trust him to choose your wedding dress? Honestly, yeah. I think he knows my style really, really well. I don't know if it would be maybe the exact one that I would choose myself, but it'd be close enough, and I think I would love it if he did choose it. I think he knows my style pretty well. So, yes, I would trust you to buy my wedding dress. Okay, next section is the deep, sappier questions. There are only 5, so I hope I won't bore anybody. But this is for JP, so sorry if it bores you a little bit. But I think it'd be fun for y'all to know, like, the deeper stuff and, like, how I feel and, like, I don't know. We're getting married. It's about us anyway, so I don't care. Okay. How and when did you meet the groom, and who made the first move? We met July either 26th or 27th of 2018 at a former friend's rehearsal dinner. So I was a bridesmaid in the bridal party. He was a groomsman in the groomsman party? Yeah. And I will preface, he knew who I was. He'd already met my parents at this couple's engagement party that was a few months before that I couldn't come to. And I think people had been trying to, like, set us up maybe, or, like, I know that I was getting told that I should meet this guy, and I think he was getting told that, like, I was his type or something. And so after the dinner itself, Mom and I had gone to the bathroom together, and I guess he saw that happen. So he waited outside the bathroom for me and Mom to come out, and went up to Mom and was like, oh, hi, Miss Griffin, so nice to see you. And that was his very clever segue into getting introduced to me. And we literally talked, like, the rest of the night, pretty much, like, for hours. And I had friends come up and be like, hey, like, you want to go to the bathroom? You want to go get a drink? And I think it was their way of, like, making sure that I wasn't trapped in this conversation with JP. But I was having the best time. We were just, like, talking about everything. Like, we went deep super quickly. Like, one of the first questions he asked me was, like, are you happy? So that's something I love about JP, is just we can go really deep really quickly because I hate small talk. Who made the first move? JP, obviously, with that. And then the next night after the wedding, we were staying in the same hotel. So we ended up hanging out until like 4 or 5 in the morning and talking. And after a few hours of talking, I noticed him slowly getting closer and closer to my face, and I called him out on it. And then, yeah, the rest is history. Where was your first date? I feel like we have so many first dates, but I guess the first technical first date was when he flew me up to New York the weekend after the wedding, and we went to Morandi, and we've been back many times since. It's like one of our favorite spots in New York City, and I don't know why, but I mean, I know that JP had like a super long day at work. He was exhausted already, but for some reason, he just like all of a sudden just like got drunk. And I guess I truly wasn't drinking that much because I think I was talking a lot. But it was quite funny that he got kind of drunk on our first date. But it was a good first date. I was there all weekend, so we did a lot of other stuff after that. We like did a Rumble class. We went to a speakeasy. We went to Dan's. No. Was it Dan? No, but Dan, you were there. We went to, oh, it was Cam's rooftop. But Dan, you were there. That was the first time I met you. And yeah, I think that whole weekend was like our first date. But our first real date was at Morandi on that Friday night when I got in. When did you know the groom was the one? JP knows this. I know he like doesn't believe it, but I knew the night of the rehearsal dinner when we'd been talking all night, and then we all got back on the bus, or I guess it was a bus, I don't know, the transportation to go from the rehearsal dinner back to the hotel. And we stayed in the lobby with two other of our friends, former friends, at the bar talking for another couple hours. And he like made some random joke or said something about Sacagawea. I don't know why it was funny to me. And I don't know why that moment sticks into my brain, but that's the moment where I was like, I think I like this guy. Like, I think I might love him. And like in my gut, like I knew, like, even if things didn't work out between us, like I knew that I felt that way about him, you know? What makes the groom special to you? Oh, that's a sweet question. So many things. So many things. He's just the best. I guess the main thing is that from the moment I met him, I felt like I had known him for my entire life. Everything just felt so familiar and comfortable, and just, I don't know, I just felt like I could be myself. And I think JP and I had this in common where we feel like we don't really have to explain ourselves to each other very much. We both just understand it, what the other person's trying to say or how they feel without having to go into much detail about it. We both just kind of get each other. So I think having someone who makes you feel seen and heard and loved, and like everything just feels familiar and good, it's just like, I don't know, it's just, it's special to have that kind of bond where you don't have to over explain yourself. They just get it. So yeah. Where am I? What are you most excited for on your wedding day? Everything, literally everything. I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited. I could like pee my pants. I'm so excited. What I'm most excited for, I don't know. I don't think there's any one thing. I think I'm excited to have our first look together. I'm glad we're doing that. I thought about not doing it for a while, but I'm glad we are, because like it's our wedding day. We may as well spend as much time together as we can. So I'm excited to have that. I'm excited for you to see my dress. And I'm excited to just like hang out and drink wine with everyone who loves us and who we love. Like that's just going to be, that the whole day is just going to be amazing. Like never again will we have all of these people in the same room again there to celebrate us. And I'm just excited just to have, you know, kind of, I guess, worlds collide and people meet. And like I already had like a mini version of this at my bachelorette party, and like it's just I'm just excited for everyone to be there with us and celebrate with us and just share it all together. I'm just excited. Okay, I think that's it. Yep, okay, sappy questions are over, so I hope y'all made it through. Sorry if it was a little bit long, but that was for you, JP. Okay, back one more round. The shoe game, because like JP said in his video to me, we didn't have any kind of like wedding shower or anything, so this is our way of getting to play the shoe game together. So once again, Well, y'all didn't see this video, but I did. In JP's video, he got our shoes. So here we go. Who said I love you first? That would be JP, but I felt it first. Who's the better driver? I'm not a bad it's JP. I'm not a bad driver, I just don't like driving. So I'm passenger princess. Who is more creative? Me. Definitely me. Not that you're not, JP, but you know it's me. Who is more forgetful? JP. JP. Who does the cooking? I do 90% of it, but at least once a week, JP will like chip in and we'll do a steak night together or something, and he always does the steak because I'm not very good at cooking steak. Who is the most adventurous? JP. Yeah. I'm not adventurous, but he's more adventurous. Who is more likely to get injured? Me. I mean, Justin knows I broke my butt on our skiing trip. I sprained my ankle doing box jump. I mean, I'm never not injured. It's me. Who is more likely to get sunburned? That is also me. I don't know what happened. I used to get tan, and now I just fry in the sun. And JP doesn't. And if he does, it goes in within 12 hours. It's so annoying. Who is more likely to be running late? You. Always. I hate being late. I'm always early. Who is the better dresser? Honestly, we both dress pretty well. I'm probably more into fashion than JP. Like, obviously, I'm a girl. But I don't know. I think JP dresses very, very nicely, especially for a guy. Like, yeah. No, I think we're both pretty good. Who spends more money? Me. Who holds their liquor better? Also me. Perks of, I guess, growing up in a beach town and starting to drink when I was like 13. Not a good thing. Who is more romantic? We both are, but I think women always skew toward being romantic, but I think JP is definitely very romantic for a guy, and in general, but he's definitely more romantic, I think. Who will be most likely to wake up grumpy? Probably me. Probably me. Yeah. It's probably me. Who spends more time on Instagram? Okay, JP will probably disagree with this, but I think we spend the same amount of time on Instagram. He says I spend way more time on the phone than he does, but he's always on the phone too. Like, we're both always on our phone, and it's a bad habit that we're trying to break, but he's gonna say it's me. I know he is, but it's both of us. Who always replaces the toilet paper roll? Not me, that's for sure. That's probably one of JP's pet peeves about me, that I have he calls it a mental block, and for some reason I just can't change the toilet paper roll. I just put it on top. I'm a clean person. I'm an organized person. I just don't do that. I don't know why. Who is a bigger baby when they're sick? Honestly, probably JP. I can be a little bit of a weenie too, but it's probably JP. He's definitely a baby, but he bounces back faster. I am sick for longer, so that's probably why it seems like I'm a baby too, but he's sick for like 2 or 3 days, and he's a baby the whole time, but then he bounces back quickly. Who has the better handwriting? Me, obviously. Who is the most patient? Not me. Thanks for that, Gene, Dad. Who takes the longest to get ready? It's definitely me. I mean, clearly. JP literally puts in his hair gel and his contacts and maybe has to shave his beard and he's ready. Who is a pickier eater? Mr. Jean-Pierre from Poland. Pickiest eater I know. And he thinks he's not, but he is. And you are a picky eater. Don't even. You are. Who handles the groceries? That would be me. Sometimes he goes with me, but very rarely. It's usually me. Who is more clumsy? Also me. I'm very clumsy. I think the first time I visited New York City, we were walking in Central Park, and I opened a bottle of water and spilled it all over myself. I was so embarrassed. Who is more talkative? Jabber and JP. So talkative. Also, but I mean, I do talk too. I like to talk. But he definitely edges me out. He's a talker. Yeah. Okay, last one. Who was more likely to cry during a sad movie? Oh, 100% me. I'll cry over anything. I cry all the time. Like, he made me watch John Wick for the first time and didn't tell me that freaking puppy gets murdered in the first scene, and I literally couldn't watch the rest of the movie. I was distraught. I hate that movie. Okay, that's it. I hope I can put this together nicely for y'all, and I hope you're having fun. And I love you, JP, and I'm excited to marry you in October. Bye, guys.